Okay, so you recorded a lot of videos on your iPhone, you put them on your computer, and now you want to reduce the file size, but maintain the project that you created. I hear you, okay? So this is something that happened to me a lot. So I have really large projects because I shoot a lot of video, right? So this is, for example, one for my campaign that I did about 2 years ago now, which is a $1 or mystery gift campaign, right? So I did this for the company I work for, and as you can see in my project Premiere, my Premiere file, everything's here, everything's connected, everything's linked, and all the videos in here are there. Now, the problem you have is that when, let's say you want to convert these files, because let's say here we have 7 GB, which is not a lot, but let's say that it is a lot and we want to convert them, because in total we have 30 GB, right? We want to make this less than half. That's our goal. Now what we're going to have, the first thing that we do is the obvious, which is the media encoder, okay? So we're going to reduce the files, all of them at the same time with the media encoder. That's what the media encoder allows you to do. So this step you might be familiar with already. It's not a crazy step, okay? Let me, okay. Let me see if that affected the project or not. I don't think it affected the project. No, not affected the project. All right, so let's see that we grab all of this. We have only MOVs here. I think we got one JPEG right there, but not a big issue. I think we got one image here. We can get rid of that. It's fine, and the rest is just MOVs, right? So we're going to put that on our trusted MV. And we're going to, batch this all at once, reducing the quality. Now, I have created here a preset that I like. The problem is when you create a preset with this, it changes from MOV to MP4. Let me show you right here. So if you select all of them and you hit a preset, now you can change all of them. And these are presets that I created, which are with 4 megabytes of bitrate and 1 pass. And I always make sure that it doesn't affect the exposure, because if, for example, here, this is -1 exposure because sometimes it's overexposed and depends on what codec you used on your phone, right? So I have one preset here for 4, one for 6, If I want to maintain a little bit more quality, 6, I think in this case, 6 or 4 is okay. Now you can see the beauty of this one is that you can see here the estimated file size, and it gives you of the first one you hit. You could see it for the larger file, and for example, the larger file here is 5419. So if we go for 5419 here, we look for that 5419. I saw it right there. There you go. If you hit on there, you'll see the conversion until 272. Pretty good conversion. If you were to hit 6, 400. So like half, right? So if you put it at 6, that's half. If you put it at 4, that's less than half. I'm going for a little less than half. I'm okay with the quality loss here. I'm okay. This project, we already finished it. It's fine. So we want that, and then we want to choose where we go, right? We're going to create a new folder here. We're going to go all drawing like this, the first one, and then we're going to call it MP4 to MP4, MOV to MP4. Now the first step you might be familiar with, which is this, right? Then after you have all your videos, this is where the magic happens. Because now that you have all your videos, what you're going to do is you're going to try to replace that, right? But the problem is if you try to replace this, try to replace this with this, you see that the file extension is not the same. It's MP4. Now what happens is that in Premiere, you're going to try to relink, and because the file's name is still the same, you see, never changed. It doesn't even add the one because we chose a different folder. But the extension is MP4, and here the extension is MP4. Now, there's a work around this. There's a beautiful work around this that I investigated with ChatGPT, with Claude and stuff. So, the work around it is like this. Once you have all of this, but we'll take a test, okay? We'll take a test from what we already have, okay? And we'll call this test. No? Okay. Oh, we already have a folder named test, okay? Test. All right, so once we have the folder like this, and what we can do is change it back to MOV, like this, and we put MOV here at the end. And then you put here MOV, and boom, that's done. That should fix the problem. Now, however, obviously you don't want to do that file by file because then it's the same as relinking on Premiere. There's no benefit to doing that, right? I'm seeing here that these files will be overexposed, and I don't like that. I need to, yeah, I'll fix that later. Okay. But the way you do it is, here's the magic, okay? Here's where the magic happens. Pay attention. You have this folder, all right? We're gonna call it change from MP4 extension to MOV. This is what we wanna do, okay? We're not changing the file size, we're not changing the codec, we're not changing anything. All we're changing is the name of the file. But really, we're just changing the extension. But it doesn't affect the file core at all. Now, what you need to do is you need to open the terminal, okay? So Command space, hit terminal here, click enter, and now you have the beautiful terminal. Now, in the terminal, what you're gonna do is type in here CD, and you're gonna drag this folder right here. That's it. That's what you do, right? That's the first step. Now when you're here, you click the arrow for the next, and then you hit enter. Okay? Once you hit enter, let me make sure that worked. Yeah, that worked. I think that worked. Now that you hit enter, you can go to Claude. Where's Claude? And you're going to get this. This is the thing you need the most, okay? This is the core of this. So you should use the file like this, and after you do that, after hitting enter, the terminal will change that directory. Then you can run this command, okay? So once you put the folder in that terminal, now you can hit that, click done. Not much is found from MP4. Okay, it didn't work. Let's try to do it again. That did not work. Okay. New terminal. Okay, Command N, new terminal. I just learned this and it worked one time, so bear with me because I'm very excited. Oh, we need a space. We need a space. That's what I forgot. We need CD space. Now we need to drag the folder into the terminal. Yes. All right, give me the terminal, give me the finder. Boom, terminal finder, great. Now, next arrow, enter. Yes, they worked. Okay, so we forgot the space. Now we copy this beautiful magical command here, which it does is whatever is MP4, you as a file, you change it to MOV. Basically what it does. All right, I don't understand how the syntax works in there, but that's what it does. Okay, we click done. Now when we go to the Finder, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? What we have done here is that we have, it's just beautiful. We just did that. So, yeah. So Premiere is working here. I mean, the Media Encoder is working here. And once I get all of these, once they finish, I will do that again. So there you have it. Step 1, do what you already know how to do, which is reduce the file size by converting them into another thing. I realize people do that before started editing, but I don't. I shoot and I go to edit as soon as possible, because otherwise the ideas in my head, they just escape. Now with this, after you finish the project, this is a project that is almost 2 years old. So what I'm trying to do is back up my files, reduce the quality, reduce the file size without losing much quality. If I need to go back for whatever reason to that project to show some, throwback or whatever, I can. I don't even need to lose the project or anything. Everything's linked. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you can do it. I'm very, very happy that I found this way. I think it would help a lot of people. I know it would have helped me a lot. So I hope it helps anybody out there. Reduce the file size and, oh my God, am I not showing? Oh yeah, I hope it helps anybody reduce the file size and not have to relink everything by themselves. See, for example, Adobe Premiere will not have an issue with relinking now. And that's the beauty of this thing. Because what I'm trying to do here is not so much reduce the file size, it's just I'm trying to preserve the project. And to do so, you need to have the footage. Hopefully I explained it in a not so redundant way. All right, anyway, have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Have a great day.